Hey Focus class, it's me, Miss Chapman, and Miss King, Miss Harris. And we're going to do a little lab for y'all where we're going to be planting some plants. We have some seeds from scratch that we're going to plant, and then we have some strawberries that were kind of already starting to grow in a lab that we're going to plant. And then lastly, we're going to plant something that's already growing and see if we can keep them alive to keep on. So we're gonna do zucchini and squash, and we're gonna plant them in these little pods. They're like little pods of dirt, and we've already watered them, and they're moist and ready to have a seed in them. So Miss Harris, we're gonna put some seeds in there, and we're gonna put 2 to 3 seeds in each one.
This one here is the zucchini.
So that's the zucchini. So sorry, my nail's dirty from digging, but you can see this is what the zucchini seed looks like. We're gonna put 3 of them in there, and then I gotta cover it up a little bit with dirt.
This here is the summer squash. They look the same.
Yeah, you can't really tell what it's going to turn into by the seed because the seeds kind of look the same. But we'll check back in the upcoming days and weeks and see what they look like when they start growing. See if we notice if the leaves look different or the flowers look different. Because remember, a plant, when it's making a vegetable or a fruit, it makes the roots grow down into the dirt and they absorb the water, and then the stem starts growing up and it helps the plant stand up straight, and then it starts growing leaves so the leaves can absorb the sunlight.
Okay, so I covered it, stuck it down in there in the dirt, and it says I gotta leave them in there in a warm spot out of the sun for 2 to 3 days, and then they will start to grow, and I will be making some little videos on updates on them. We're gonna go ahead and put the rest of the seeds in here, and then we'll start the strawberries when we come back. Okay, we finished those seedlings. Now we're gonna plant the strawberries. We each have our own little pots that we're gonna try to.
They look like little aliens with little roots. See, these hairy things are the roots coming down. So you got to plant them so the roots are facing down and the stems are facing up.
Yeah, so these are the roots, and here's the stems that are going to grow. So we're going to place it in our pot like this.
Some of this looks like this is too. I can't get it to come apart, so we'll find out.
So I have some dirt already in there.
Are my favorite fruit. I love strawberries. Miss King likes strawberries on her birthday cake.
We all do.
I think did we do yours that way too, Miss Chapman?
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Chapman likes strawberries on her birthday cake too. And Miss Harris wanted cheesecake for her birthday cake. But we love strawberries. And when you grow them yourself, they taste so much better than the store.
Alright, I'm adding some fresh soil to my plant because I gotta keep it in there. Cover it up so that the roots and stems can keep growing.
So just like any other plant, it needs soil and sun and water. And then it'll start growing. So these basically what the nursery did, or nursery is like another name for like a plant laboratory where they grow plants and sell them. The nursery took these strawberries and grew them from little tiny strawberry seeds until they were seedlings. And so that's what we're planting in here is seedlings. You make sure there's some of the crown sticking. I'll plant it how I want. Okay, so if you follow the directions, it says that it's guaranteed to grow. So we'll know in a few days if we follow the directions, if we see little leaves sprouting from our strawberries that we planted.
Yeah, so here's my pot, and I left a little bit of the stems poking out to get some sun. And then we're gonna water it. Let's water well afterwards.
That's a lot of water, Miss Chapman.
It's gonna soak up. So you can see that looks like it's a lot of water. But all of it's gonna get absorbed by the soil.
That's what you want. It's okay. That's what you want. And then,
See, it was full and now it's starting to get absorbed.
Miss Chapman, you want to show them the...
And so I already have a little pot with soil in it. And I'm gonna plant these. They're called I don't know, Francais plantain lilies, and they're gonna look. That's how they're gonna look once they're all grown. You see the roots coming out at the bottom. So if I wanted it to stay small, I could just plant this thing in the ground. But if I want it to grow bigger, then I have to take it out and put it in a bigger pot for it to grow.
So when you want to take a plant out of an encasing like this, you want to kind of squeeze the little carton it's in just a little bit so that you can easily get the plant out without it getting stuck. You're just putting both plants in here?
Yeah. Slide it on out with the roots. Oh, look.
Oh my goodness.
So cool.
That is a lot of roots.
So separate the roots though. Make them come
Oh,
out.
then you got to pull the little hairy roots down.
Yeah, let them come out. You gotta tell them you're gonna grow for me and you're not gonna die.
Grow, little roots.
Yes,
grow.
do your job. So
Drink lots of water.
look, there's the end of one of the roots and they're still wet. They got watered yesterday and they're still a little moist. Yeah.
They look like hairs. They're hairy. There you go.
Fill the rest up with soil all around. So it can stay in place. Once these grow a little bit bigger, I'll probably take them out of the pot and put them into the ground so they can grow even bigger. I'm gonna add some water. Alright, and there it goes. Planted.
Very pretty.
Go put it in the sun for a little while. These can go in the sun right away since they are already sprouted and are small. But you got to make sure when you're planting a plant that you have all the roots covered.
Okay. So, Miss King has one more thing. This one you can do at home, hopefully fairly easily if you have some dried beans and a plastic Ziploc bag and a little piece of cotton ball or a napkin or a paper towel. I wouldn't recommend toilet paper. So you take the little pinto beans, like 2 of them, and you stick them in, and then you get some water on the cotton ball and you stick it in, and then you tape it to the window and you watch it grow. Make sure if you do use a cotton ball that the cotton is right on top of the beans. And you watch it grow and see what happens.
Put some water in it.
Yes, thank you. And Miss King is going to grow hers in her window, and I'm going to send pictures to y'all. And I would like for your science homework assignment, if you are able to for you to grow one too. That's too much water. If you put too much water, it's going to drown the plant, and then it won't have any. You got to have just enough for the napkin or the cotton ball to be damp, and then you stick it in there. Okay?
You have to take the air out, or is it matter?
The air doesn't matter because plants use air. What matters is that it's wet and it's taped up against a window so it gets lots of sunshine. And I will check back and let y'all know when mine starts sprouting, and if you can do this, and let me know when yours starts sprouting too, and then we can grow little plants together.
Okay, for this assignment, if you don't have, well, you can do it out of the way whether you have this at home or not to do this, but email Miss King, and you're going to give us 3 sentences. One thing you enjoyed about the video, 2, one thing you learned, and 3, who do you think is going to grow their plant first or keep it alive longest?
There you go.
All right, and that's it for
Bye,
this
guys.
video.
Bye.
We'll be posting some every week, like experiment for y'all every week, and I'm gonna be posting a reading blog for you to probably later on today. But we miss you. Bye.
Bye.